Hello,
is here.
hello, everybody. It's me, Molo360, and I'm here with Zoroarkfilms.
Hello, did I?
Uh, Today, Zoroarkfilms is the legitimate Pokemon Zoroark. So,
Legitimate, 100%.
legitimately, that is him. He is on camera, and he transformed into the Pokemon. So yeah,
I am a Pokemon.
you are yes. He
It's
is
all
the
me.
Pokemon.
Those claws, all me. The hair, all me.
All that hair.
That hair, though.
Yeah. So anyways, first and foremost what I always like to ask is like, for the people who don't know, who are you and like what do you do?
The question. Hi, I'm Zoro. I work in the vaporwave field. I usually do compilations. You probably see me around. I make a lot of compilations. I run the label Tropical Toucan Records, and I just do a bunch of other random stuff. I'm always around.
Hell yeah. So like what inspired you to like start a label? Like that's
Yeah,
so cool.
there's a lot of things. I think the main one, like the main person, was the people over at First Class Collective, Zico and Ethan. Because I think Ethan's like 16, which is crazy. It's so hard to talk about Ethan because we actually have the same name. We look super similar and we're the same age. I'm not joking about that. I usually like to go by Zoro because I don't like my normal name, but literally we are like almost the same person. It's absolutely crazy.
That's cute.
It is.
That's
It's
awesome.
just the weirdest like coincidence. I'm like, wait a second. Like when I joined the scene, I'm like,
That's
But like I was like,
actually
if he can do it, like I probably could as well. And then I just kind of came like impulse, like you know what, I'm gonna try it, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
yeah. Yeah. That's how, like, honestly, I'm going about it too. Is like, if this doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But luckily, I've had the opportunity to like talk to you and so many amazing, great people. Um, and it's like if you don't do it, like, you'll regret it. Which, nah,
Yeah,
you don't need that.
no regretty.
No. So like. So yeah, I honestly middle class comfort. That's fucking. He's cool. That's first class collect. I always get fucking like confused with like middle class comfort and first class collective. I'm like,
Yeah.
uh, wait, which one's the label? Which one's the person running the label? Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
So yeah. So Tropical Toucan Records. How did you come up with the name?
Oh god, how did I come up with the name? I ask myself that sometimes. I think it was like, my pet flamingo. Like flamingo, like tropical kind of feels very vaporwave way. What's another tropical animal? And I guess like toucan really just fit. It didn't feel like anyone else was using like a toucan, but I can also make it like not just summer music like how My Pet Flamingo does it. So I kind of take from them a lot, like in ideas, not like steal them or anything. They're a good
Yeah.
label to look up to, obviously.
Yeah, they are. They're fucking awesome. How do you like work with artists to like be on your label? Is it like
Um, I guess it's like a lot of it are like people I knew before I started the label, so we help out with the team, and then a lot of them are like I've worked with you in the past, and they just like it's like or we had good connections, but more recently I set up a form for that, and so I usually contact them and boring label stuff usually, but it's a lot of fun to work with some of the artists I've worked with so far, who I did know and didn't know as well.
how did you like I don't know much about like creating a label and stuff. Do you want to go like on how it is behind the scenes? And
Um, I mean, it's like everyone like, oh, you run a whole label. That's like crazy. There's a lot of business and stuff. But it's just like when you get super big, I feel like when you're like shipping out 50 tapes a day or something, like then it becomes like a real thing. But more, it's like I'm here to help out my good friends. I want to give them a platform to share their music, and hopefully starting very soon, recently, like give them tape, give them like physicals, help them out, just be like a friend. But it's not like super crazy, as it turns out. Bandcamp's not as like wild as it looks. It's more fun than it is. You just gotta do it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like keep a schedule, which is not easy.
Yeah. Would you say you're like an organized person, or are you like working in a mess? Because that just makes more sense.
I am most definitely not super organized. I try and not work in a mess, but like I make sure to keep everything intact, so I don't like, oops, I forgot about this release I have to do. I really make sure not to do that, because that's just oops.
I'm that kind of person who I like work in a mess. Like I if it's like organized for me, then it's like, oh shit, where is all this shit? I don't know where any of this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I usually keep a lot of my, like, I think for my first work and for like some of my label stuff, it's just a sticky note on my computer, and that's where I keep it all. It's crazy. Sticky notes work really well. They shouldn't, but
yeah.
and so people think I'm organized. I don't know about that. I mean, if it seems like I'm organized, then wow, I'm proud of myself, I guess. Oh, I wish.
And Rail says Zoroark epic. Oh, I want to know.
I'm quoting that.
I want to know about like your, because like Zoroark's a Pokemon. I want to know about your beginnings with Pokemon.
My beginnings of Pokemon. Oh wow.
And your love for Zoroark.
Oh, I finally get to tell the name story. I've never told the name story before. I wanted to tell it here because I figured that'd be a question. Because it's like such a random name that does not feel Vaporwave at all, but I can't seem to change it. I think I'll tell the full story from what I remember. Because I played the original Black and White games, which had Zoroark in it. That was the game they brought it in, but I never got it. I don't remember why, but I think it was on the game after. Someone traded it to me, like at the very start, and I beat the whole game with it. And it was like, I like this Pokemon now, I guess. And it just kind of like stuck. And for the films part, it's really lame. I think I just saw like some random YouTuber, and I was like, what if I added films? Like, I don't actually do films, which confused a lot of people. And I was like, who cares, yeah. Just a lot of people looking like, you're not Vaporwave. Like, my name does not feel Vaporwave at all. Definitely.
I don't know, the Vaporwave is so, like, complex.
Diverse, yeah.
Yeah, so who can say what is and what isn't Vaporwave, really?
That's true.
It's kind of hard
Pokemon
to
Vaporwave.
Vaporwave at this point.
It is very hard.
Yeah.
Like the most diverse genre ever.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, but I mean,
so
it's just that's the name story, but
I wanted to know, how does the pandemic like affected your productivity with like selling records and like all that stuff?
Hey, that's a great question, because I think when I very first joined the scene, I think or joined Twitter. That's when I'm like I joined the scene, I guess. I think it was either the week the pandemic started or it was the week after. I can't remember for the life of me, but it was like mid-March, which is when it started. And so I'm kind of just been used to working in the scene with this environment. It's actually been like crazy helpful, which, not for like the real word, but for music, it's been a lot, because I have a lot of free time. I have a lot of time where I'm like, oh, I can work on this, spend time on this, I can listen to new music. It's unbelievably helpful, even though it probably shouldn't.
I've actually noticed that with like a lot of my friends who are in this music industry, that like this has been really great for them, which is awesome because, I mean, when you're bigger and you rely on concerts, it sucks. But when you're like, you know, starting out, this has been such an amazing opportunity to like showcase your stuff and be noticed, especially with the URL shows, and things like that, and having the time. But yeah, so that's awesome.
I see in the chat they're already starting with the Zoroark names. Here we go.
Noah's
oh, the memes. The Raiders of the Lost Zoroark.
Raiders of the
That is the greatest. Oh no. I hope this continues on. My name is just endlessly memeable.
I love that. Did you see like I said before we started, I found this like really weird like photo of Zoroark, and it's like Zoroark pregnant.
Oh no. Please don't tell me that's what I saw on the screen a couple seconds ago.
You did!
Oh no. Oh no. I agree with Fiji when he said Jesus shit. That's my words exactly.
I'm like,
oh,
this
Lord.
is interesting fan art.
I don't really delve into that type of stuff with the Pokemon. I try not to. I really don't.
The deviant side.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm looking at it now and I want to stop looking at it. No more.
Should I? Okay, I'll hide it again.
I would greatly appreciate it. That is not me. I'm currently not pregnant. This is fake news.
Pregnant
Zoroark.
So do you do any music for yourself? Is that collab, that Night Beach, is that your creation, your like music?
So I usually I get this question asked a lot, like, you don't make music by yourself. Like, I usually have to say no, because like I'm kind of happy with what I do, and learning how to make music would probably be like another 2 years of work, unfortunately.
Well, I don't know how to make music, so you're fine.
Yeah.
It's a lot of practice. It's a lot of, like with everything, it's a lot of trial and error, you know? So you're...
Yeah. I mean, I could. I definitely could. It's like in the future plans, like 100%, like 2022 or something, to make music, but I have all these like absolutely crazy concept ideas. I'm like, this could be like one of the best albums ever or whatever, but then I can't make it myself, and I usually will talk with someone else to try and make it happen. But for now, I usually stick with the compilations I do. I think it's a lot more fun because I feel like there's a lot of diversity and a good opportunity to meet a lot of new people as well, which I always appreciate, talking to new artists and the bigger ones, just getting a whole lot of great people together to make a great work, which is fun of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I mean, working with people who you like and are your friends, and people who could help you learn and stuff, and that could always happen even when you're like extremely knowledgeable. There's always something more to learn. Everyone has their own method, so yeah, that's really cool. I want to ask like a racy question. Who is your favorite person on your label?
Oh no. I was expecting this question as favorite album. That's what I was expecting this, but favorite person. Oh Lord, yeah.
Favorite artist.
I mean, I would be pretty biased with Second Sight because I've been working with him so long, and I've done so much stuff with him, and I have like 3 collab albums with him, and he took over the co-host of the podcast. So, I mean, that's kind of biased. I like all the artists; all of them are amazing. Everyone who's taken the time to release. I don't want to. Really I don't.
Just like spill your guts or.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to everyone else. I mean, I'm biased. I don't want to be biased. I still love you, Titan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Titan. I would be biased for Titan or Second Sight as like a 50-50. I would not be able to choose. For the fact that I've worked with Second Sight more recently. I don't know. I don't want Titan mad at me. I'm sorry, Titan. We're still homies, please.
Well, you could always. No. I feel like whenever whenever a question like that is asked, like you can always just say like all of them if you're really like scared. But I think it's fun. Who inspires you the most ever?
Oh Lord. Ever.
Yeah.
I have a lot of like inspirations for a lot of things. For like making music or like because there are a lot of different things I have specific inspirations for.
Well, like what motivates you to create, and that could go for everything.
Ooh. A lot of things. I mean, I usually like try and push myself with each new compilation I make. Like, I got this many artists on, and we sold this much. Let's try and maybe double that. Let's see if we can, make it more, get bigger. Usually I push myself, but there's a lot of people I like, a lot of artists I look up to. I'm like, you do great stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I can name just one. How many? Right.
You can name
thank you,
top
Titan.
5?
Top 5. Okay, I like that. I would have to give the number 1 to 3D Blast for a lot of reasons, because 3D Blast is the reason I'm here. And I think I've said this before, but I tried Vaporwave once with Luxury Really 4 years ago. I was like, oh, this is sort of cool. And then I got back into it. I think Pad Chennington video, and I think Iconic Bitch changed my whole world. That album is the reason I'm here. It's the reason I got into Vaporwave. It was that. I think I got into surfing at the same time. I heard Marina 1 from Tupperwave. A lot of early George Clinton stuff, like Virtua.zip. And then I just delved straight into the scene right after that.
I love those people. I love Tupperwave. That was actually I met Tupperwave before even listening to his music. I was a fan of Christ, and Business Casual.
Yeah.
I joined their server and Tupperwave was in chat, and I was like, "Oh hi, who are you?" He's like, "Oh, I make music." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
That's crazy. Yeah. I've had a lot of crazy experiences with people over Discord that I've met. I think I did very, very brief. I did meet Christ in the FCC Discord, and I offered to buy the Iconic Bitch tape because I still don't have it and I need it for $500. And he's like, "Here, I'll have it. You can sign it." And I was like, "I wish. I don't have that money." And that was our one interaction, me and Christ.
Oh my god, he's such a nice guy. I really do respect Christ.
Yeah.
He doesn't act like an egomaniac, because he's one of the first labels out there for Vaporwave, one of them that I know of. You could totally prove me wrong, but yeah.
No, I definitely think.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna disagree.
So what genres of music do you want to showcase on your label that you haven't already? And if
that's a wonderful question. because I want to like try all sorts of things, but next month I'm doing a thing of like March of Signal Wave or whatever I called it, to show a lot of amazing Signal Wave stuff. So we have some like 2 upcoming releases, one with tape, and then we have a compilation for like smaller Signal Wave artists that's I'm helping with, as well as TV2, who's a big name in like the recent Signal Wave community.
Yeah, TV2.
TV2, shout out to TV2.
Oh yeah.
She's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
So that, you know, we're hoping to get more people for that. Is like that Signal Wave is the one genre I'm like, I want more of this. I wish there was more labels out there, and I've talked to a lot of people like, I wish there was kind of more than just the bigger labels. Like, no disrespect to like, you know, Aquablanca, who are awesome, and Aquascura, and like other the big Signal Wave labels, but like there needs to be smaller ones, and so I'm trying to help bring Signal Wave to like a bigger-ish audience.
That is so commendable. It's like when no one else is doing it, why not do it yourself? And I love that.
Yeah. I also would like more Future Funk in my label, because no one submitted any Future Funk, and that's sad, because Future Funk is awesome.
Yeah.
So that is me pleading, and as well as the rest of the TTR team, please send us Signal Wave. I mean, Signal Wave and Future Funk, both.
Yeah.
Send us all your music. I don't care.
Hell yeah. I think it's like sad with the Future Funk side of things that there are big names, and it's like hard to top that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the bigger names in Future Funk are kind of like behemoths compared to some of the.
Yeah.
Like, but like there's levels to it. Like, I've talked to Strawberry Station before, like once or twice, and Strawberry Station's like massive, and you know, his own right, because he's extremely talented. And you gotta look higher, like Macross 8289, and like behemoths compared to Strawberry Station, which makes it a hard genre, unfortunately.
It is a hard genre to like break into, because like I've heard of like I also had a pleasure of one time talking to Eevee.exi, and how he has been in the game for a very long time, and like even before I think like Youngbae. A lot of people have been like here before Youngbae, and like Youngbae just like took the fucking shiny star. It's really sad.
Yeah. I mean, in like my opinion, I look at some like EXI, I'm like, yeah, they made it. Like, they made it in the scene. They're a massive name, and they're probably gonna continue to grow.
Yeah, I love Eevee.exi. Yeah.
I'm so sad I missed their set at the block party. That was quite a day.
I had to watch that.
I think I went for a hero set because a hero was on one of my works. So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna see a hero, and that was really pretty. Because the hero's a genius, but I mean, we all knew that.
The hero is a genius. I really loved his set on the big stream for Battle of the Bands. That was incredible.
I saw a little bit of it. It was, I mean, amazing, because, you know, new album from a hero. But like,
yeah,
I don't know how he does it. He just does it.
I was wondering.
Makes no sense.
I was wondering. I really want to know what George was thinking, because it just kind of felt like, he reminded me of George when he was playing. And
he did, yeah.
Yeah.
He does have like a similar style to George, sort of musically, but a little bit more like in the playing style.
Yeah, like the playing style. It's really
like
cool.
They'll just get so hyped to their own music, and I'm like, yeah, I'm hyped too.
Yeah.
I can't blame you.
I really love Talk to Me. That's cool. Would you have like a hero on your label?
I know I did ask him, but he Faceway, he said, is more like kind of like a family label, if that makes any sense. Like, you're on this label forever, type thing. Not like a contract, I think, but I do have I do have a hero story. One, because he was on Rainforest, which is my second compilation, and my last one that was out. Because we did an episode of our podcast, the Vaporcast, a little like, I don't know, it was so long ago, a couple months ago. And he was awesome. You know, we talked a lot about hero stuff. And then afterwards, I'm like, hey, do you want to do you have a track for this? Because I know he has this. And he sent me over one of his tracks from Spirit, which was Odyssey. But he didn't actually send me over Odyssey. He sent me an unfinished version of it, of a sequel called Odyssey 2, which is not even a public track. And so it's the only way you can listen to it is on that compilation. I think it is just the original track of Spirit, but there's a lot more rainforest type effects. Yo, Zoro, drop a hot take on a vaporwave subgenre or something.
Yeah, dude.
Oh no. Well, you already know my hot take on my thoughts on Macintosh Plus being not the greatest album ever. But that is my 100% hot take. Everyone is like, why?
I feel like that's a lot of people's hot take. It's not bad. It's great. It has, it's part of vaporwave history.
It is,
but it's not the best.
It is not the best.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. I don't hate it, but I don't think it deserves to be on a pedestal, because I think a lot of other albums that came out the past, even this year or last year, have completely blown it out of the water.
Yeah.
But it's really important though for what it did.
Yeah, of course. I totally.
Unspeakable already asked me to talk about my distaste for Floral Shop, but you already got me. Any other hot takes I can throw out? I can throw out so many.
The Molo questions ain't done yet. Wait, what? You guys could ask questions whenever.
Yeah, of course. I like answering questions. I think hot signal I take. I think Video Forum has a better discography than Asutenki. That's kind of crazy. Asutenki has good albums, but Video Forum has good ones too. That's my hot take to the Signal people.
Keep going with these hot takes.
Hot takes. That's a massive hot take, I imagine, for anyone who's in Signal Wave. What? I love Asutenki. Asutenki's so cool. I talked to him a couple times. I think I did talk to him about some absolutely random thing a couple weeks ago. There was this lost McDonald's cartoon. It's completely lost. You can't find it for Japan. And so I asked him because he's Asutenki, he watches commercials for his music. That's kind of part of the genre.
Yeah.
If he might have seen any of the lost McDonald's cartoons, because it's from a specific year, and he says, "Oh yeah, I think I have." And so one of the tracks from one of his bigger albums, he says, "This is an audio from the McDonald's thing, but I don't have the video." So the video's lost, but you can hear the music, I guess, which is so strange. So it's still a lost McDonald's cartoon you can commercial you've never seen, but you can still hear it.
That's crazy.
That was the only time I've talked to him, but he was super nice about it. He wasn't mean, which I respect.
How do you feel about the nostalgia factor into vaporwave?
How do I feel about it?
Because it was all before our time, and how does it touch you?
I feel for a lot of people, the newer people, as this vaporwave evolves, nostalgia, will get farther, closer and closer to the Y2K. But I feel some people you can have nostalgia for anything, really. You can nothing.
Yeah. I have nostalgia for 1950s eye makeup and all that.
That's
stuff.
awesome. Yeah, but I feel you can have nostalgia for a time that you weren't there. That's totally a thing. But I've seen people make nostalgia albums for stuff that came out less than 10 years ago, and I'm I want to do that too. I still want to make a Pokemon team theme thing, but the game only came out 10 years ago. It's nostalgia for different people. I think it's important that everyone has their own thing, because it helps you drive inspiration into the music.
Yeah, I think it's really fucking cool. It's like also like being a part of a genre I wasn't a part of too. Like, cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
You got a questions?
I'm like,
I can just ramble on for 2 hours. I mean, I don't want to, but if you need to.
what are your goals for the label to like in the future? Like, what do you want it to become and all that?
That's a good question. I really hope, like, I guess my main goal is, like, you know, like, get all my good friends that I know from me and all my rest of the team's good friends, and then hopefully, because the label's already hit, like, we're not the biggest thing, but, like, help them get a bigger audience, hopefully. And I guess that's kind of the goal. I don't have, like, oh, I want to sell 500 vinyl. Like, I just want to help my friends out. And if it becomes a massive label, I'm okay with that.
How do you feel about vinyl versus cassettes?
Is there like a war of that? Because I haven't heard of it.
I've been just asking people like that.
Because it's weird because I have like a pretty decent, like good cassette collection and a pretty decent vinyl collection. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of good on both, and I'm like, I've had my works on both. Mm-hmm. So like, I think cassette, I would rather a lot better. It was the one I started collecting first because I think it's cheaper. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of crazy stuff you can do with tapes. Like I've seen Hello City did like a tape that's like print on or something, but like Oasis, shout out to Oasis, they did a tape where they paint it, and that's what they did for Night Beach when they put it in some wonderful blue tapes. So, but vinyl can still be pretty too. Like some of the 100% electronica vinyl is just like the prettiest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. Vinyls can be so fucking gorgeous with the splatter and then neon colors, and it's cool. How do you feel about like mini discs and CDs being on your label?
I've always wanted to touch with it, like those two in Vaporwave, but there's like a strange thing with CDs in the scene. I haven't been able to touch on why, but like CDs won't sell super well. Like I've noticed it, like compared to tape, CDs usually won't sell as fast. And I don't know why that is. Like I can't figure it out. Like they're just as cool, in my opinion. I think you can't like paint the CD obviously, but as cool as that would be, I hope so one day. That would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Put that on the bucket list, writing that one down.
I love CDs. I have a CD player in my car, which is like rare because a lot of cars being built nowadays don't even have like a CD player anymore, or obviously no cassette player. So
yeah.
It's like, lame.
There's a good question from Unrail here. Mm-hmm. If you could have any artist on your label, who would you choose? Cause that's like such a. If it was like I'm not gonna think too like high and say like, oh, 3D Blast. Like I want to take this question reasonably. Like an artist that's as popular as Small Talk with, it would probably have to be you, Unrail. You or iClick, 100%. If I had to like someone, because I love that last iClick album. And of course, I love everything Unrail does. That would be my number one choice to go to.
I love everything that Unrail does too. Because I love you, Unrail. I love you, Nathan. Actually, Be Careful had a question earlier too. Be Careful Media asked, what are some concepts and subjects you want Vapor-adjacent genres to touch on?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would absolutely love to see a lot more video game style Vaporwave, because I feel like there's a lot of it out there, but like a lot of it only on like very specific labels. I really think I've seen some great albums that touch with that. I'm like, your genius is great. Like I think Wizard of Loneliness did this absolutely beautiful album of Animal Crossing when that came out. I didn't even play Animal Crossing. That album blew me away. It was crazy.
I love
Like,
Animal Crossing. I was literally just playing Animal Crossing right now. Right before this. Yeah. Oh, and like Wizard of Loneliness did like an Animal Crossing set, DJ set, which is cool.
I'm so sad I missed that because I got into the album afterwards.
Yeah.
But, like, that set was crazy. I saw on YouTube, like, what is going on?
Yeah, all his fucking sets are insane. I love that
It's
whole
crazy.
group too. The crew of like 3D Blast, Christ, was Loneliness, Frank Jassy. They're probably live right now, actually.
They 100% probably are stealing all our viewers. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. The squad over there.
How do you feel about URL shows and producing them?
I've had that thought in my mind for so long. Like, I probably could.
Yeah.
Like, I have the connections. I could probably make like a banger show eventually. But I'm just like, I would have to find time in my schedule. I don't know when. Because I'd like Be Careful did it just recently, and it was absolutely insane, the lineup.
It was awesome. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't want it to like, I don't know what live shows are happening soon or anything like that. It's a plan. It's an idea, for sure.
For sure. I just want to say, because I totally forgot to say it at the beginning, but I'm gonna run a giveaway and I'm gonna announce the people. I'm gonna announce the winner and actually like showcase like the oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm so bad at talking, but I'm doing a giveaway and it's of this R23X Equip collab song vinyl airship theme. If you guys want to participate, just put number 1 and I shall add your name to the roster that I have. Yeah, and I actually know what to do this time because I had a giveaway with Sierra Mist. So yeah.
Y'all better put 1 in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would attempt to miss out this vinyl.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna enter because I have like crazy luck with giveaways, and I feel like I might win it, and I don't want to because y'all should win it more.
Yeah.
But I think I won 2 giveaways. One of the first tapes, Luxury Aesthetics Online, I won a tape, and then I won like the Daydream Deluxe giveaway for the Super Big Future Funk album. I forgot the name of. Oh no. Super Sex 420 and Tendencies. That one's like supposed to be super rare and it's just sitting in my collection. So
yeah,
I'm too lucky.
I want to give away once on the George Clinton fan club, and I got a grinder. And I don't really smoke weed, but I have it, and that's cool. I didn't have to buy it myself. It also came with cleaning products to clean it, so that's cool.
Did it come with like a 100% electronic sticker on it?
Yeah.
Or like, oh heck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I only have NRail. NRail is gonna win this. No one.
Rail's just gonna win the whole thing. Come on.
He won the last giveaway.
No. Fun
funny.
facts: Zoro has the sex vinyl. Yep.
The sex vinyl.
It's the sex vinyl because Super Sex is in his name.
Damn.
Yeah, it's the sex vinyl. that is what Fiji says. That's his quote. Oh, I just realized it said "fuck facts." Oh, great. Oh lord.
NRL is not satisfied with one lost Cascades test pressing.
He has a 100% chance of winning at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you guys are insane.
Anyone. I don't want to put 1 in here because I don't want to win it. Come on, y'all. Oh lord.
So, I wanted to ask, Like, was it hard to like set up like a label on Bandcamp? Was Bandcamp like an easy like or difficult site to like set that up?
It really wasn't. I mean, it looks a little confusing. Like the first time, like I have no clue what I'm doing, so I had to ask. But it was like surprisingly like less of you get to figure everything out. It's more like we're gonna try and help you. I guess help Bandcamp be nice about it. The only problem is you can't actually set up a label. I think like an actual label tag without paying money, and it's not really worth the money. So all the labels on the scene have an artist next to them, but they're actually it's really weird.
And how do you like make like are you do you make your own tapes and like vinyl? Do you have like that set up, or you contact a company? I know like Zika makes tapes, so I'm like I have knowledge about that, so I don't really know your setup, but how does that work for you?
That's a good question, because we just started doing that recently. I think up until like extremely recently, like last month, the way we would do the last three, so the first three stuff, were all like collab physicals, which are something absolutely crazy. I don't know how that worked, but like we would do like 10 tapes and they would do 10 tapes, which I think we did. We did with Oasis, and we're going to do with Oasis again. Spoilers. I would share some secrets, so there's going to be another Oasis collab tape in the future, but like for the future with our physicals, like I realized I could not make physicals by myself. It was just so much money I did not have, and label wasn't like earning enough money where I could buy everything I need. So I'm like, what do I do? And I contacted Stay in School, because I believe I helped out with their label IVVR a little while back, and they had vinyl out. I still do, and like, whoa, maybe they'll be able to help me out. And so now they are the official physical manager of TTR. So they usually cover all that. So I'm usually like, I'll ask it like, how's it going? And then they'll say a bunch of stuff. I'm like, yep, totally. I don't know how physicals work in the slightest. I just, they do much more than I do.
So how did you like first meet, Stay in School, and like how did that like?
Oh man, that was so long ago. I think we first met in like a super old chat where I first met a lot of names I'm still friends with, like Realtor and some people in here. Like actually, it's where I first met Rail. Then in Frequency, I just see Groovy Godzilla just joined, who I also met in that group chat. I think we have like 4 artists from Night Beach in here. That's amazing. That's nuts. So I think I met Saint School like such a long time ago. It was probably like April. So I think we made friends early on.
Yeah, I met Stay in School on Twitter, and we're Twitter mutuals, and he's cool. He actually defended me today on a JoJo Siwa post. Which I had to delete because people were actually kind of coming for me. Dynamic Frequency had a question. What is your favorite Esprit track?
Oh lord, this is where I reveal I'm not as big as a George Clinton fan as I seem. Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint. I mean, I'm not like, I don't hate George, but I respect him. And I usually say that. Like, I'm not like, oh, George Clinton's the worst artist ever. No, he makes amazing music.
I love George.
But I've never been able to, like, get into it. Which I know, like slander for a lot of, like, 100% electronic fans, which I know. But I respect George and everything he does. I've just never been able to get into the music very much. Like, I tried the new album with Nick Hexium, it just wasn't clicking.
Yeah.
And that sounds like so weird.
I feel like I mean, although very similar to his George Clanton stuff, because there's Esprit, there's Mirror Kisses, and George Clanton.
Yeah.
It was very different. I don't know. In my opinion, it is very different with like a different feel, although similar to his old George Clanton stuff. And it was very beachy. It was definitely summer. Yeah. It's not something I don't think like a lot of people in vaporwave would get down to, but it is very fun. Yeah.
But I do want to answer the question because, I mean, I don't hate George. This is a dumb question for someone who doesn't know much about eSpirit, but is Virtua.zip eSpirit, or is that just general George Clanton? I forget.
Yeah, Virtual.zip is Esprit.
Okay, I'm saying it wrong too. There's like every
I don't know.
No. I say everything wrong. It's like a joke with every podcast. I'll just say someone's name wrong. I'm so bad with names, so I have to apologize for that if I say someone's name's wrong. But I didn't like Virtual.zip was one of the first songs I got into, and I still enjoy a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, that is like also one of the first things that got me into like vaporwave. So before I actually got into vaporwave, I learned of George Clanton and I learned about Negative Gemini. That I was like, I don't even know what this is. This is cool. And Esprit was like the first one, and I heard that it was on vinyl. I was like, oh fuck, that's so cool. I'm gonna get it. Yeah. So, yeah.
I was trying to pull out my eSpirit vinyl to figure out what track it was, but I couldn't find it. I did get the vinyl. I knew that was like a pickup I had to get. So.
Yeah.
I have to say Whispers.wav, of like all the tracks of that album, that one's the one that hits the most for me. That was my answer to that question. There's a lot of good questions in here.
Yeah. Your Unspeakable asked, what are the secrets?
That's it? What are the secrets?
Yep, that's all he said.
I'm gonna assume, because I think I can read a little Unspeakable on how he's like, what are the secrets of what I do? That's like a question I get asked, like how do you get all these names? How'd you get Donnerlins on Rain? How'd you get Groovy Godzilla? How'd you get all these names? I think the thing I usually say is just be friendly. That's my number one advice. Like always be friendly. And it's like there's something like in a disagreement, always try to go around in a friendly way when you're talking to people. That's my number one tip. There's definitely more than just be friendly to get big artists on works, but that is that's my tip.
Yeah. And like what's the worst thing they could say? No? Like,
yeah.
They could always say yes.
They can always yes. It's definitely a little scary when I message some of these names because it's like it just gets bigger and bigger. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to send off this message, so I'll like sit there for 10 minutes, double check it, make sure I send it right, and then I'll just hit the button and say, let's hope for the best. And that's just how you gotta do it. I know some people are like so hard to communicate to people, but like that's what I needed you gotta get the push. Just hit the message and hit send. It's just kind of part of my job. Well, job, but vaporwave job, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's so many good questions in here.
Yeah, there's I don't know if I'm skipping, but PG asked, question, do you think classic FF Vaporwave will ever die? Future fun.
I hope not. I mean, that's my main answer. Like, I hope not, but I don't think so necessarily, because I think everyone has a different style of classic vaporwave, which I know is like, oh, you're just slowing down a song, but it's just a lot more than that, which I usually tell a lot of people it's more than just like, oh, I'm gonna slow it down differently. Everyone has a different way of doing it. Like, Twin Pines Mall has like a chop screw type of bing it, which is super unique to Twin Pines. And Titan has a way of just finding the absolutely greatest samples ever, which I feel like is his strength, 100%. Besides his amazing rapping skills, but also his amazing sample finding skills.
Oh my god, yeah.
So,
I love Titan.
Battle Creek is the home to the hottest family fun spot. It's Kellogg's Cereal City, USA. So
I caught a little bit of that.
And have a bowl full of fun. You'll see how cereal is
He was
made
just
from
hanging
meal
out.
to plate.
I really wanted to join, but I was like,
Jump, climb, and play.
I haven't. No one knows that I'm going to be on next week, so I decided to stay silent. With the surprise.
New attraction in the Midwest. So come on, get to the all-new Kellogg's Cereal City,
what
USA.
are some of your favorite releases from this year so far? That's a really good question.
It's an extremely tough question, but it's a really good because I've only this year has been like most of the stuff I've listened to. But like, if I had to name some of my favorites, there will be so many. I guess I'll just rattle off a few. There was Living Without You by Cosmic Cowgirl. That one was a while back, but that one was like a really great. There was The New Horizons by Wizard of Loneliness. I already mentioned that, but it's awesome. Everything Fake Fever's done this year has been pretty great. Of course, Iconic Bitch, again. The new Dan Mason album, I can't understand how much that nostalgia for me. It shouldn't even do that much nostalgia, it just works. Such a great album.
I really like
and then,
Burn. Is that the album you were talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about Burn.
Yeah, that shit, I went on a drive and I cried. The entire drive, it made me
Oh.
Yeah. And I know someone big in the vaporwave scene that's like, oh, that's crap. And I'm like,
Whoever says that, they just don't. I hope. I liked Forever Nothing. I think Forever Nothing was pretty good. It was one of my first albums I got into. But it had nothing on what the next album would be.
Yeah, I was like, you motherfucker.
Just completely out of nowhere.
It touched my soul. How dare you speak that blasphemy.
I don't think I've ever shared this, but I sang Burn, and I sang Burn in front of a crowd a couple months back.
Wow.
So I won't get any more specifics, but there was 2 songs I've sang in front of. There was 3, which all were super weird to people with no clue what vaporwave is. I sang the Marine Layer song off Night Beach because that's become my favorite song of all time for a lot of reasons. Of how Vilter made that song just beautiful in every way. I can go on an hour-long rant. And I sang that, and I sang Burn, and then I sang one of the tracks off of the Desert Sands Feels Warm at Night album. The one, it's in Japanese, but the one with the cars and stuff. If that makes any sense. It's the one where he uses his own vocals as Slushwave. He mixes them. It's beautiful. Shout out to Unspeakable because I listened to it first oh, this is lame, and I re-listened to it. So shout out to Unspeakable who brought me onto that album.
Hell yeah. Shout out to your Unspeakable for just being a fucking cool ass person. Oh yo!
Shout out.
Hi Fighting Island! Hi!
Yo!
Oh yo, I know what I was gonna ask. How was working with Vilter?
It's been super fun. From everything I've known from her and working for her through all the projects we've done, it's been really awesome. She's just super nice, and she's been supporting me and helping me through almost everything since I first knew her. She did the Night Beach art, which I'm still forever and grateful for when I had no clue how to do anything with art. She was super kind about it, so that art's now on vinyl and everything, so hope that made her happy. And so but there's a lot of other projects we've done, plus the Night Beach mini disc on Serotonin Jackalope is going to happen in the future. Unfortunately, because of the floods, we had to delay it, but it's still happening. I know it doesn't seem like it will, but we want to get those mini discs out. So, of course, who wants to get what better label,
Yeah. Do you want to be the best label out there?
No. That's very honest. I think there's no definitive best label out there in vaporwave because all of them are great in their own special ways. I'm like, even by popularity, I'm like, oh, I would pick My Pet Flamingo. You know how they do all this and that, but then there's no best label, which is hard to tell people. Like, each label is different in how they do things, in a good way, usually. And that's what makes it all so unique. I don't want to favorite other labels, so like who's the best, but I definitely. Oh, I dropped my phone.
Oh, no.
That didn't happen. Definitely don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to crack that.
Don't want to. Did not break my phone. Okay, good. Okay, good. Ooh.
Yay.
Good there. I don't want to be the best. I just want to do what I can. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Did say I would share some secrets.
Yeah.
I want to just like throw out this massive secret because I can.
Go ahead.
Because I have so many to choose from. I didn't plan this. I was just like, hopefully. It's like a list in my head because I'm not organized at all. But like all the stuff, like the artist will tell me not to share or anything because they want to keep it a secret until release.
Go ahead.
I will share this because I don't think they would get too mad. I don't think they would get mad if I share this because I'm not going to say specifics. But I am working with DMT tapes on a super secret project in the future. Shout out to Vito. It's been in the works for like 4 months, I think, and we are nowhere near done. And when I say massive project, I mean absolutely massive. Like, so massive in not like in like, oh, the biggest artist name massive, and like there's just like in what's the other word I forget, like quantity, not quality, but quantity. I wish I could share more, but I'm gonna wait till release. But I'm working on a secret project with DMT.
Yes, I love DMT tapes.
They are the greatest.
Yeah,
I am more than ever happy that they returned for 100 more, because I owe a lot to DMT. I told Vito directly, like, I owe a lot to you as like an artist and as a label and everything, because there's just I can't understand how many amazing albums Vito has made himself and that are on the label. I think I talked about like the Forecast. I think that's how you say it. That's literally the artist name. That's his alias. Has like some of the greatest vaporwave ever. It's unbelievable. But
yeah, and DMT tapes, like they're like one of the most important labels in the genre as well. It's like they've done
100%.
so fucking much for the community.
Yeah, I think like the second they opened up, I saw like 10 messages like, where are the submissions? Like, how can I submit something? And then like a couple of people asked me, I'm like, I don't know, don't know how to contact DM. Like, I still don't have like much, I have contact with Vito, but not like so much. I'm just gonna send an album to. I hope that they do open up, because I would like to totally put a collab work on DMT. That would be an end goal of mine.
If I made music, and I had anything on DMT tapes, that would just be so iconic. I'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah. DF says it right. It is literally the largest label in the scene. Largest in quantity. I think we're at 904 albums. And like over half of them are from Vito himself, possibly. Like, it's crazy. And they're all like quality. It's like hard to explain, like, oh, this is just bit crushed vaporwave, but it's like, no, it's way more than that. Like, there's like, oh, this album is based off a golf theme, and then this album is based on a Fortnite theme, and they both sound good despite being the same exact type of like bit crushed vaporwave. I'm not joking about. There was it was just fun to like randomly search after finding the full discography what random albums are on DMT. If there is a literal Fortnite DMT album, it's not the worst. It somehow it'll fit any theme, and I'm like, oh, it shouldn't. But that's crazy.
That is.
And there's just
crazy.
so so much quality on there. Like, how is this on here? Like, I would notice like Miami Virtual was on there and Miami Virtual 2.0, and there was just like 5 waterfront dining albums. Like, it's just so much quality on there. It always starts at DMT.
Agreed. Yeah, it's such a special label. Are they like one of your inspirations?
100%. I think they were probably like the 3rd or 4th label I found. I can't tell you the order. It was like Pacific Plaza, probably. Like 100% Electronica, then Pacific Plaza, then like... Yeah, I think then it was DMT. I'm like, what is this? I remember finding this. I'm like, what is going on here? I had no clue.
Yeah.
But then I started to get it. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
And now you're working with them. How do you feel?
Yeah. I'm kind of like, I was like starstruck when like that happened. I'm like, I'm here. But I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be starstruck because I've learned that. Like, it's something I had to learn. Like, okay, they're another person. Let's not get too starstruck here, which I've done before. It's not an easy habit to break. But I'm like, okay, we're here for work. It's gonna work. Even though I look up to you a lot, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah, I have really bad like starstruck like syndrome. One time I was able to go into a Discord with one of my favorite YouTubers, and I literally had like a panic attack because I was so like, oh shit.
Yeah. I was kind of feeling that when I was in that call with Christ. I'm like, oh, he's there. Like, I'm watching him. He's just sitting there. Oop, voice crack. You didn't hear that. I met a lot of really interesting people in the FCC Discord. It was quite something. It's a weird story, but I met Uniwa in the FCC Discord. But it's kind of awkward. I met Uniwa before knowing how absolutely massive Uniwa was and how important he was to a big part of someone's scene. And so I was kind of like, oh, I don't know you. And I'm like, oh, wait. So it was kind of crazy.
Isn't that awesome, though? I mean...
It's just the fun.
I feel like when you meet someone so, like, important and you just learn of them then, it's, like, so easy to, like, talk to them. And then, like, you go back and you're like, oh, thank God I didn't freak out because you kind of don't know them.
Yeah.
So you're not freaking out, and then you're like, oh shit, that was actually a big deal.
Yeah.
Like,
that was 100% me with like a lot of artists I did in the podcast. It was so me when we talked, because we talked to Desert Sand and Dan Mason, I think week back to back, and I like our last episodes. And it was like, oh, I'm talking to Dan Mason right now.
oh,
And it kind of like hit me. Like, I was like, here. And I think he mentioned the theme of it. It's like an hour in, you have to really listen to the whole thing. And he's like, oh yeah, this is the theme for an album. It's going to be kind of folk. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so awesome. I can't wait for it. And of course, it turned out to be absolutely amazing.
How was running...
But the fact...
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
No. You finish your thought, and then I'll ask.
I forgot my thought.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
How is running your own podcast?
It was actually pretty fun. It was definitely a lot of work, which is the reason why we haven't done another one recently. But it was super great talking to a lot of people we did. It was pretty fun while it lasted. It wasn't like... I wasn't like trying to be the best podcast in the world or anything. It was like, oh... We talked to some great names I've always wanted to talk to. Like, when we did with Hero, we talked to Donnerlands, which was really interesting. Because I'm like, it was like 2 people, which was the first time we had that in a while.
Yeah.
Because I think we had Vilter and Stay in School at the same time, in like a really early episode. And I think we did do iClick for our first one.
Oh, wow.
I remember that. It was so long ago, and my memory is the worst. But I think it was, Ray and Will. And of course, me being me, not knowing how absolutely talented Rail was. So I kind of got outclassed there. It's super embarrassing. I'm sorry, Rail. But when I did that podcast, I didn't know a lot. But, Tico had my back. Or Titan. I don't know why I said Tico, but, he had my back.
Techno.
Yeah, same thing. It's the same thing, but Titan had me.
Yeah. I feel like,
that-
I feel like the same, like, I didn't really know. I'm actually learning as I go.
Yeah.
I'm getting better as I go because every podcast I'm like, okay, I'm gonna switch this or do this or blah blah
Yeah.
blah. I just went into this like whatever, and I didn't know that I would have so many amazing people like I have
Yeah.
on, and it's honestly been amazing. It's been so much fun. And it's awesome. You should totally bring it back.
We were
if
thinking
you can.
about it.
Yeah.
We were, but we're kind of like, because Titan left a little while ago the cast, so now it was being second sight. But because we're doing like, we're doing so much other stuff. Usually we work on collab albums like weekly. We try and make albums together. You should expect some interesting stuff from me and second sight soon. I might just share secrets there. I can.
Yeah.
Actually probably will spoil about that, but so I don't know. It's not really in like the plan to bring it back because it definitely is quite a lot of work. And something important that we totally forgot, and it was the reason why is like gotta listen to the person's music beforehand, and I didn't realize that. I'm like, then I don't know who I'm talking to, and so when I didn't listen to Space World 2000 before talking to Rail, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and so it kind of made it awkward because how was I supposed to talk? I didn't know what Space World 2000 was, and so I feel really bad on that interview, and a lot of others, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what I learned early on. That researching people, you have to do it beforehand. I thought at the beginning, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do this, like, talk, like, we're just gonna talk about whatever, and hopefully they talk about themselves. But then I realized, no, you have to have questions set up, you have to have topics set up, you gotta do that, or, you know, because, like, there are people who can just talk, and then there are people who just, like, they won't talk unless you have something set up, and that's what I've learned. You have to have, like, yeah.
I've had that before, but it was just like, it was for some reason, and it was always like this. So it'd be one of us would know absolutely nothing about the artist, and then one of us would know everything, and that would be our back and forth. And I realized this isn't a great idea when it's two of us and both of us don't know a lot. So it was like, I talked to Gentleman Lounge Johnny Colt, who I was a massive fan of when I started in the scene. They were like the first, they were like the first person I knew. And second sight, I didn't know anything about them. But then it was the complete opposite for Desert Sand. I didn't appreciate them until afterwards, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That was like the killer of it, but
yeah.
There's some good questions in here, I see.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted this question answered because it's honestly, Your Unspeakable and NRail bring this up all the time. Wait, hold up. No, I lost it. He asked, like, how are you so handsome and talented? And I think that's cute.
That is a wholesome question.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for it, though. I don't.
That's okay. But, as long as you know that he thinks you're handsome and talented, and we all do.
Wholesome moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna...
Should I answer this question from Unspeakable, or?
Yeah, of course.
Because this one's pretty good, I don't know an answer for it. When's the first Zoroarkfilms album, and what would it be about? I've had plans for this. Pretty far ahead plans, but they're just ideas. I have like this super secret idea that I'm gonna try and keep secret for like 3 years if I can. 100%. It's this crazy concept idea, but I'm not gonna say anything. But the actual first album idea I want to try, it's like a Pokemon theme mixed with Vaporwave, kind of like what Wizard of Loneliness did, where I try and mix in maybe some type of synth stuff. I don't know. It's not just to like mix some synth, some samples, and try and mix in some original like Pokemon compositions, because the Black and White 2 games have like super pretty music. It's like chiptune kind of.
I wanted to ask you, what are your top 5 favorite Pokemon?
Top 5?
Yeah.
Oh no. Do I have a top 5? Oh no.
How many Pokemons you can like pick through?
Like, because like the sad part is I haven't been playing as much Pokemon lately as I would like, because I kind of got like super burnt out, because I don't know, I was the type of kid who would play Pokemon all the time. That was my life as a kid, which I'm so happy I found Vaporwave, otherwise I would still be playing Pokemon as we speak. Oh lord, that would have been not super fun. It would have been fun, but like, it would just be me playing Pokemon.
Oh, that's okay. It's something you enjoyed, you know?
It is.
It wouldn't have been that sad. It would have been, actually. No, hold on. Because if you didn't make your label, then we wouldn't be here, and that would be sad, and I would cry.
If I didn't make Night Beach, I wouldn't be anywhere. Like, I think I say this off. I wouldn't be anywhere in my life, I think. Like, I would have no plans of where I would go if it wasn't for the idea of Night Beach and the creation.
Tropical Toucan Records. Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, Julie of the Night Beach was before that. That was like April or something. And without that idea, I don't think I would have made it anywhere. Like, I would have had nothing, no following, no ideas, no creation. I would just be a fan. And as much as I like being a fan,
just a fan of things.
Can't do much. Just a fan of things. I mean, not like in a disrespect way to fans, because fans are important and awesome. I mean, like, I wanted to do more, but I couldn't without making music. And so that was the alternative. That's why I like doing what I do.
Yeah.
But like, I owe it to like everyone who did Night Beach, all the 14 artists, the Carter for doing the vinyl at Retrack, and Oasis for doing the tapes, and everyone. Like, I would be nowhere. I don't know where my life would be if it wasn't for Vaporwave and that work.
Yo, is my mic still low, guys, for you? Because I'm putting it up to my face now.
Have you played all the Pokemon games? I think I have. Oh, sorry, yeah.
I thought you were asking me that because I didn't know.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no,
sorry,
that's a good question.
That was a question from Mr. Godzilla himself, with a smiley face at the end, and normal, wholesome, groovy. I think I put like an ungodly amount of hours in some of those games, which is kind of sad, but I think I have 999 hours in one game. I have like 500 in another, and like 800 in another. So I'm kind of happy I don't do that anymore. But ungodly, unfortunately. And it was a bad habit for half of my life.
Oh, did you ever play Pokemon Go?
Oh, I still do.
Oh, you still do?
I was today. That's
wow.
Today to go catch some Pokemon. So that is. But
wow.
I think there's a little bit more fun in that, and it's not like super annoying.
Yeah.
Like the worst thing. So that's what I do for fun when I usually go out, and I'll try and get some Pokemon. Like that, the habit hasn't broken. I'm obviously gonna be a Pokemon fan all my life, but
yeah. Do you like the show? Do you like the movies? What's your favorite Pokemon movie?
To be honest, I've always been like a games person. I tried. The anime wasn't for me. I think for like, this is really weird to a lot of people, but I'm not a TV person.
No, that's not weird. That's not. My boyfriend Nathan is not a TV person. It's like I have to get him to watch anything with me.
But the even weirder thing that like freaks out a lot of people is I'm not a movie person either. I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies.
That's
but
not
the
weird.
last movie I watched was Hamilton. I don't think that counts as a movie, which was fantastic, and Hamilton was awesome, and I enjoyed that. But that was like 5 months ago. So.
Was the last time you watched a movie?
Yeah,
Wow.
I can't watch movies. I'm a music person, and I will probably always be a music person, and which is sad to a lot of people. So they
That's
ask my
okay.
movie opinions, and I have to say, I don't know. Like, I'll probably just continue to say Hamilton was pretty good for the rest of my life, unfortunately.
Well,
Like,
that's okay. I mean, you're not boring. I think it would be boring if you had like zero interest into the arts. You know?
be careful, sis. Zoroark hates films.
Oh,
It
yeah.
didn't click till just now, this exact moment. That
Oh
I have
my
films in my
God.
name, and I don't watch movies. All right.
Oh,
did that
that's
not
even
click?
more ironic. Like,
I guess that's a part of the name now. Yeah, I'm looking for
Yeah.
a short attention span gang.
like you mentioned earlier, you just had it because your YouTube, a YouTube video you watched, and now it's like, yo, it's also still doesn't make sense because you don't even like films.
I've like 100% considered changing it ever since I joined here to have like a more vaporwave name, but I just can't. I couldn't get rid of it, and I still can't. I got nothing. I mean, I like the Zorro that people have shortened it to over the past like years I've had it, and so I usually like go by Zorro than my real name or the full name.
Well,
But I feel like Zorro's like already used. That's the problem.
I feel you on that. My ad on Twitter is Gerard Wayporn, and I will not change that. I don't care.
I think because you
what
know what will
anyone
happen if you
says.
change it. Someone else is gonna take it.
Someone
and you know
else
what
is gonna
exactly
fucking-
that account is
yeah.
gonna do.
Oh yeah. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's
So
not
it's
happening.
actually better you took it. Otherwise, well, that account would not be good.
Yeah, I used to have on in my bio like, this is not a porn account, because I had a lot of people. I had a lot of people who were porn accounts follow me, and then
Like,
people who actually like who were part of the fandom hated my account name because they're like, "Oh, you post their nudes," and I'm like, "No, I'm just a fan of Gerard Way." Yeah, like, no hate here. This is not.
No.
And I was like 15 at the time, so.
I've definitely learned that, like, not to judge someone in the scene by whatever their account has. Because I'm the same thing. Like, you look at my account, this is just a Pokemon fanboy. But it's not. And I've, like, made sure my bio is, like, at a point where, like, oh, this guy just has a Pokemon name.
Yeah. Well, it makes
It's-
sense. The Pokemon makes sense because you are a Pokemon fan. So, you
I
know,
am.
like, it's not really necessary. It's like a funny story. You know? Like,
Yeah.
you just share, like, at least part of it makes sense. Like, I don't really like films, but, you know, I love Pokemon.
I mean, I could at any point, like, take the Pokemon and slap some Vaporwave filter on it and be good, but, I mean, that's definitely a plan. I want to do that one day, but, like, to be 100% honest, I've started to move more into, like, Smash more than Pokemon. I've gotten ungodly obsessed with the Smash scene over the past quarantine, which isn't, like, super obvious because I don't talk about it, but I've, like, gotten super into Melee because there's just so much history there. There's just so much.
Melee.
Like, I got so into it, and I still am. I bought a GameCube, and I currently have a copy of Melee sitting here right next to me.
Oh my god, I
didn't own
have
a
that
GameCube.
game.
And so I've gotten super into it, but I'm not good at all. That's I'm working to be better because I think it'll be super fun. But
Oh my, you want to know a funny story about Melee? I asked I'm just gonna tell you the story, but
Go for it.
yeah. When I was younger, I was playing Melee, and we had all the characters, all of them. I was getting into the game, and it gave me this option menu. I was, like, very young, like, probably 6 or 7 at the time, and I had, like, no idea what the menu was, but it was, like, clear hard drive, apparently. And I lost all the characters that my brother, like, earned, and I felt, like, so bad. I felt so bad.
I feel that because it took like 4 days for me to get all the characters, and I'm like pretty experienced at the game, so that is a moment.
What is the trick? Because like what I remember of like how to get characters and how to get characters fast, I would play the classic, like, you know, and be like make it really hard, like extra hard or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all like just random stuff from what I remember. The most annoying part, I think, you had to get Mewtwo. You had to play for like 20 hours, so you had to leave your GameCube on all night, which took a couple days of me just sitting there waiting.
Jesus.
And that's just really annoying. But you have to do that if you want to get like all the actual stages.
Yeah, probably now there's like a list of things like you can do online, but at the time, like, you had none of that.
Yeah, there wasn't that, so you just had to get lucky and hope you did it right.
Yeah, like you just had
that
to.
Was me.
You guessed what earned you characters.
But I grew up I grew up on Smash and Pokemon, but Smash has like a more home to me, and it did a lot of different ways. Because this is like a weird thing about me. Not a lot of people know, but I'm actually a top player in Brawl, but not like competitively. Not competitively though, in like speedruns. And if you're familiar with speedruns, where you beat a game as fast as possible, if you look at the Brawl leaderboards, I'm up there.
What the fuck?
I'm not very good, like compared to some of those other players, because I didn't really get it. But if you check, I'm like number 2 on boss battles, probably. I'm like 3rd on classic from like years ago, and that's what I used to do. And so I grew up on Brawl, which I know it's the worst one, but it has like a home with me, the whole game. And I've played Ultimate a lot recently, and I got into Elite Smash, and I'm okay. I'm
That's
not good,
awesome.
no. And Rael would probably destroy me. Any of you guys would probably destroy me, but...
Do you have a Switch?
I do, but I don't have money for online anymore, so not sad. It ran out. But if you're asking, I main like the worst characters ever. I main Jigglypuff and Ganondorf, which looks so stupid from the outside, but...
I mean Kirby and Roy.
Roy's
my boy.
Roy's, yeah.
I used to have like a serious crush on Roy when I was younger, and I'll never get over it. Okay.
I can't believe you. I mean, I can't believe you know.
Yeah.
See, people in chat, Brawl is good. It's not. The problem is, it's not like good competitively at all. But it's a great game if you want to play Smash.
Yeah.
I literally just got Ultimate today. Well, you would reckon. I don't know.
I bought Nathan a Switch.
Oh, that would explain it.
I'm patting myself on the shoulder. Yeah.
If I had the online Rail, I would definitely attempt to teach you. I'm not nowhere near good, but heck yeah, I so would. I got some teachings from like an actual like really good Smash player in the scene, like in the Vaporwave scene.
Do you want to explain to your unspeakable what Brawl is?
I think he's joking. I'm like very confident he's joking, but I wasn't
Kirby is a god.
Flamingos, I've seen. He plays like a really good little map, but it was this video game music VGM producer called Richie, who has like 2,000 followers. He's really talented, and so he's like pretty good with Zelda, and so he taught me how to play. I did see Flamingos was just crazy at the game. Like he did a whole set where he played Smash in the background. I think in his music. If you're familiar with his music.
I'm not, sadly.
I'm not too much either, to be fair, but he's one of the bigger names in the Future Funk, I think.
Excuse me.
But that's taken up most of my hobby time over my Pokemon hobby, which has now taken up to a Smash hobby, so... Oops.
Yeah, I just, like, I don't even have all the characters. Like, video game... I used to be a huge gamer. I used to play every day. I'd go home from school and, like, play for hours and then start my homework at 4 a.m. instead of doing it at, like...
That was so me.
Yeah, like... But now, I'm like, it's really hard for me to just, like, play video games, and especially by myself. Like, I could play a video game with people. Like, I like multiplayer games because, like, I have the attention for that, but when it comes to, like, single player games or I'm playing by myself, I don't have that attention span anymore. I don't have that, like...
Yeah. I feel
motivation.
That. When I'm not, like, listening to music or I'm, like, doing something else, it's, like, my furthest hobby. Mm-hmm. So I usually don't find time for it. It's just really hard for me to get better at Melee because I don't have anyone else to play with, like, at all. And, pandemic, I can't go out to, like, any local tournaments. So honestly, I just fight the CPUs, and that's my practice, which is not good practice to fight the robots because they're really bad. Mm-hmm. They're really bad. But...
They're really good on Ultimate. Let me just tell you, I used to be able to beat the, like, high level, like, level 9 on Melee, like, super easily, but on Ultimate, I can't even beat number, like, 4. I'm like, holy shit.
I remember my first experience, like, in Brawl, where I beat the first time I beat a level 9 CPU. I'm like, whoa, I did it! I'm the best in the world. I think that's what I said directly. Yeah. But the Ultimate ones are super hard.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, would you sample Smash Brothers, like, music and Pokemon video game music for your music when...
100%. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, fine, I'll share it. The secret idea that I didn't want to share, I keep it secret, is a blend of the Smash Bros. And hopefully make that my actual first album was a Smash Bros. Wave type thing.
That's so sick.
I've been keeping that in, like, the vault for, like, 5 months maybe. It's just an idea because I know, like, exactly who can make it perfect and make it, like, the best album ever. I know the artists and everything. I got it all planned out in my head 100%, but I don't know the plans for it. It's all like a secret.
That's awesome. I love that. I'm so glad you're gonna do that.
I've been keeping that secret for so long. I was trying to keep it a secret super long, but I'm not good at that.
It's okay. I'm not good at keeping secrets either.
There will be a Smash Bros. Wave type thing. Maybe it'll be a compilation. Maybe it won't. In, like, 2022. Like, that's, like, my first plan.
Oh, 2022. That's not that far away. Hell yeah.
Like, it's like, Smash Wave. That's like probably gonna be the name. I want to think something less generic.
Bros Wave.
Bros Wave, yeah.
Hell yeah.
That just sounds like the homies making vaporwave together.
Yeah.
That's great.
We love that. That's innovation. That's like a new subgenre of vaporwave that you're gonna create.
I actually don't think there's like any of that. There was obviously, because DMT has done everything, there's a DMT concept album about it. But besides that, I don't think there's anything.
Yeah, I haven't heard any.
Music-wise, there's actually surprisingly quite a lot of art for it that I've seen people do. But it's some of the back ideas, because I have like my full plan for 2021 out, like, and set for the compilations, which is kind of crazy.
Ooh,
I can, like, share it and I can list it. It's not a super secret. I have, like, 2 smaller ones that I want to plan for the middle of summer. I want to do, like, a vaporwave golf thing, because, like, it's really good. Like, US Golf 95 is so talented. He is seriously one of the best in the scene. Like,
Agreed.
I don't know how he does it, but so it'll be not just, his music, but definitely a lot of stuff like him, because I think, Alpha Chrome Zero made an album, obviously DMT, because DMT, and so that's like in the plan for after March. I've had this plan for like a airport soft type thing, mall soft, but like an airport vibe for so long.
Oh my god, yes.
I tell everyone this, but my favorite vaporwave album of all time is United Global Airlines by Tokyo to Honolulu. And it's just the best. It's on FCC, which makes sense because it's an airport soft album, and that's the airport label. Like, it's perfect. I bought the tape immediately. It's my favorite tape in my collection. But it's just such a perfect album. Like, whenever I'm, like, stressed out, I put that on, It makes my life so much easier.
Thank you, nothing. Thank you for following.
Nothing just followed you? What?
Yeah.
Jealous? Just right here, right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
What? He doesn't even follow me.
Oh.
I'm not jealous. No, I'm kidding. Congrats.
Aww.
That's wholesome. That's wholesome. Heck yeah.
Your unspeakable is calling you out, you and Nathan.
What? Why did you two not like my selfie on Twitter? I deleted it before you two didn't like it fast enough. You post another one, I will like it.
I liked it. I saw it. There were like a couple photos. I think there was like 2. He posted 2. You looked very handsome.
Nothing says didn't know you saw that. Hello.
Hi,
welcome.
Nothing.
You do not know about me, but hello. I worked with Titan once. You worked with him in a collab album. That album's really great. Like, not a lot of people know about it, but they Titan and Nothing did a collab album, just like, you know, on Titan's own Bandcamp as he does it. It was seriously amazing. Like, I'm sad no one talks about it. I 100%, if they were down, would put that up for a physical, like, sometime on TTR. Just saying, I would. It's unbelievably unrelated.
That was like their split album?
Yeah, they did a split. I think it was November. It was definitely a little while back. What was I talking about? The compilation ideas, the plan. There was this compilation I did on Halloween last year that didn't work out because a lot of reasons. But it was called Spooky. It's like a Halloween dark ambient, darker vaporwave type, and so that's going to happen this Halloween and not last one. And I already have a label for that.
I
Okay,
love
this is the greatest
specials.
comment ever. Nothing says I recognize you because of the Pokemon. I think that's what I needed. The Pokemon works. You recognize me from the Pokemon. That's enough. That's like actually what I want people to recognize me from is the Pokemon first, then the music.
Hell
next.
Yeah. Well, if you want to follow him, I put it down his Twitter, his record label Twitter, and also his Bandcamp for the record label.
I make compilations. You make banger music, and I would totally hit you up if I think of anything you have that would fit one of my compilation themes. That's as I always do. It's not like there was like that One Nothing album. Does that count as golf? I don't like golf vaporwave. Such a niche term, but one of the best classic vaporwave albums. I got into the Aqua Blanca really early. That album was beautiful. I have it on tape. It's sitting right next to me.
Be careful, ask Zoro. You gonna do a Halloween comp this year? That's how
I mean, I did just say I would, but yeah, it was last year. It's gonna happen this year, but I mean, I'm still open for it. But you know, that's coming October and it's February right now, so it's like super far in the future. But there's a lot of. I think I shared the first track from it a while back when it was supposed to happen. Filter made a track, so it's actually a track from Witch Bitch, which if you know Filter, that's the On a Gape, one of their bigger albums, and it's a great album, great song. So I revealed that track so I can spoil it, but it's still in the works. I don't even know when I'm planning for after October. I'll probably just something random. There's been a lot of ideas I'll have, the vapor pop idea. You know that's coming out 100%. But I had the idea of it with non-samples. You can actually sample stuff, but it's still going to be catchy music. And so I really want to do that because the reason I made vapor pop in the first place is I guess it was how do I bridge people between this really weird genre and normal music, as I call everything else normal music. And so I feel like that's what the compilation is sort of for. Is here's a good way of introduction to the genre, and then other things that you get weirder and weirder, but in a good way. So I want to do that, but without with samples, because there's a lot of great songs like everything Waterfront Dining does that's catchy and has samples. I like every Waterfront Dining track.
Yeah. Nathan Enrail is a huge Waterfront Dining fan.
I've been getting into WFD recently. I wasn't, and I've just started to. I don't know. Like I have the Daydream vinyl, which is the beach one they did on Tiger Blood.
Mm-hmm.
That's really beautiful. There's so much great beach vaporwave.
How big is your collection of tapes and vinyls?
Vinyls are super expensive, so I don't have much. I have like 10 maybe vinyl. 3 of them are my own. 3 of them are Night Beach, and the rest 11 or so are vaporwave, really, except for like my personal. And I have like 30 tapes, which is kind of, it's a medium tape collection. I have all the tapes I can net, and now I'm broke because I bought too many tapes. But that's really not a joke, though. Sadly, I did spend like all my Christmas money on tapes, but I'm not mad.
Yeah,
definitely.
Sounds worth it.
I hope so.
I have a lot more vinyl than tapes because I'm like I just really love vinyl. I think they're just so pretty.
Yeah. The hardest part about the vinyl was that I wasn't able to play it until like last month because my player was broken. Of course, I opened it without realizing it was broken, and so it didn't have any speakers at all. Mm-hmm. Like it would be at a really low volume, so like some vinyls I could not even hear. Like,
oh my god, that's what's happening to me. Wait.
Oh no. I just bought a new player, and I could not hear my Forever Nothing vinyl at all. It was completely silent. It was so barely audible, and so on the new player I can actually hear it. Which
I hope that's not like the same like case for me, honestly. I think it's
not.
like my speakers are a problem because my fucking record player was like $300. I got an Audio Technica.
If you got like a professional,
that sounds like the
the ones I have are the really cheap ones though. They're like they're both the exact same one of Crosley, which is not the greatest sounds. Some of the records do skip. I think one of the Night Beach tracks completely did not sound at all good on vinyl. It skipped through like the entire trap part. It just sucked it all away, which really sucked. But oh my god, it's better than the old one. At least I can hear it, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
I could definitely go through my vinyl collection.
I mean, I really hope it's my speakers, Enrail. But what you just said, I feel like it's that just sounds so similar to what I'm going through right now. Because like it's just very low. And it's, oh god. Hi, Skeleton Lipstick. Hey, what's up?
I mean, I don't think this is much of a spoiler. I think this is like obvious that Skeleton Lipstick is going to be on the Vapor Pop compilation. So
oh my god.
There was no way he wasn't. I mean, it was like I'm not spoiling anything. I think that would be common knowledge because he's one of the best vocalists in the game. And so he was like the first person to hit me up for that, which was kind of crazy having the first person to hit you up be Kelly himself. So I've talked to him a little bit. So I, appreciate that. It's awesome to see him around. And I absolutely can't wait for the new show he's doing with the Lipstick Elite show.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be so sick.
Yeah, that's gonna be on That's gonna be on Rosewood.
You can promote it, yeah.
Yeah,
that's all the flyer up.
I'd have to get the flyer out here. Yeah.
But yeah, and then I forget.
And DJ Sabrina and all
DJ
that.
Sabrina.
And so it's
gonna be epic.
Yeah, I'm so fucking excited. And
you, Skelly. No, you. You're sweet. I was gonna go through my vinyl collection. I forgot because I wanted to share some of the interesting thing I have. They're not actually that interesting, but I have Hit Vibes. I mean, I had to. I picked up 128 by 128 State by Strawberry Station. That was like the first Future Funk album I ever heard. It was not Hit Vibes. For a lot of people, that's crazy, but the first Future Funk album I heard was by Strawberry Station. But
I mean, sadly, like the first future funk I heard was like Young Bae.
yeah.
But then the second one was 3D Blast, and I actually got into 3D Blast way more. So it's fine.
I feel like 3D Blast is he future funk? I don't know. I
kinda
usually say
is.
like I don't care, it's good, which is like usually my thing. Like he's so in between genres because
He definitely
absolutely
is
talented. I have like a lot of Dan Mason vinyl actually, which is super surprising. I have
Hell yeah.
I got super lucky and I managed to pick up Summertime EP, the Summertime EP, and for some reason they sent me two. My Pit Flamingo accidentally sent me two, so I have two of them. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the second one. I still haven't figured that out, but I might like do a giveaway because I know it's a really rare album that they did like a. It's a really great album. I have the Christ album, Gay Rats. I'm just say Gay Rats.
Yeah.
It's the Gay Rats album. What else is there to say?
We love Gay Rats.
We love Gay Rats. I know Christ doesn't really like his own music sometimes, but he's extremely talented.
I just want to say this. Everyone check out Codex Encyclopedia's Sight, Sounds, and Conversations to check out Skeleton Lipstick. That's gonna be epic. I'm gonna try to get the poster up as well.
Yeah, Retrek is run by Reverse Reverence. I don't know how to say that handle. I've never been able to say that by Mr. Carter himself, but they're the one that did the vinyl. If you want a Night Beach vinyl, I'm sorry, it's all gone, unfortunately.
Oh
Rip.
no.
I don't know if we'll do another because we sold all 100, and I'm still extremely happy about that. I just don't know if people will need 50 more. So I have the blue version, and I have the old version and a test pressing. So I have all the vinyl, which is kind of like crazy to hold in my hands of your own project in vinyl. Never thought I would see the day. I only have 3 more vinyl. I got the Hero Spirit on vinyl because I had to.
See?
And then I think the most oddest thing in my collection is Cat System Court's Live in Los Angeles 2019. I think it's the bootleg. I don't know if it's.
Oh, I actually have that. I have that.
I got it. I think 50% because of the Luna Streams art, and Luna Streams did the art for my Rainforest project as well. But not only the art, but just the great music.
Hell
and
yeah.
a Cat System Court vinyl, which no way I was gonna pass out on. I had the money. I'm gonna pick it up. I mean, like, I picked up Hit Vibes. I had to pick up Hit Vibes. Like, I mean,
same. I got the repressing.
I got a hot take though. My hot take for everyone here to yell at me at. Okay, I think Alive 2020 is better than Hit Vibes. The mix he did, Alive 2020. This year is way better than Hit Vibes, which is like blasphemy to a lot of people. But I think Hit Vibes is good, but like the mix he did, like took each track and made like way better. That is a lot of people don't agree with that. That's like such a music nerd opinion. Actually, I think the mix he did is better, but that I wish the actual Live 2020 mix got a vinyl too, because Skylar Spence is awesome. He's so talented.
He is. Yeah. And he's such a nice person. Have you interacted in his Discord at all? It's open to everybody.
Unfortunately, I haven't. I didn't even know he had this. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
I definitely would want to join to share my hot takes and then get kicked out. I hope not.
No, I think he would take... He seems like a very decent man that like he would take criticism with a grain of salt and like not really think too much about it. I don't know. I don't know him personally. He just seems like it.
I know Titans talked to him a couple times, but no one else I know.
Yeah,
I think there's actually a question out here.
Yeah.
I wanted to answer. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Rail asked a little while back, Zori, have you ever thought about DJing?
Oh, that's a good question.
100% yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
I want to, but it's not something I'm like, it's obviously not something I would be good at. I have more than a couple times wanted to do a live show. I'm going to throw out this idea I've thrown out before of an actual live set. Like, my idea is I take a bunch of songs that I like in the vaporwave like sphere, and I'll like lip sync along to it, but I also like dance. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it to a lot of people, but embarrassing? No. Usually, like most nights, like I'll play a bunch of really good vaporwave albums, and I'll sing along to it, and I'll like actually sing because it's like it's 1 a.m, and so I'll like lip sync, and I get into the music so much I kind of just like make up dances and like motions, which is so weird, but like the music is so good I can't not. And so I will 100% want to do a full set of music like that one day, but I don't know any live shows that are open for something.
You just gotta contact everyone who does live shows. I would suggest being on Sight, Sounds, and Conversations. They always have like a very like different set of like people. Like they, like Manny looks out for a lot of like different genres and stuff and puts it together. I think that would be a really cool place to, broadcast your skills.
Yeah, I've actually 100% really wanted to get on that like one day, because I saw that and it's such an awesome idea. Excuse me. I got Skelly's blessing. Sounds charming to it. I mean, it's definitely not easy. There's going to be a lot to it, and I would probably want like a visualist to like, put vaporwave effects over it, but it would be a full thing. I could want to like actually sing some vaporwave songs, but that's like a far future idea to actually sing. Like how Fake Fever did it in his one set. That set is probably my favorite
Nano Shrine
set of all time.
Nano Shrine he sang a George Clanton song. That was epic.
Oh, I'm so mad I missed that whenever that was.
I think
was that recently or?
I think that was on I don't really remember. It was like very very long time ago, actually. Like probably like
oh, okay.
5 months ago or 6.
Oh.
I think it was on a Virtual Memory. I'm not sure.
Oh.
But he was like, so Data Girl and him collabed. It was like a set made by Data Girl, and he sang, and he had a wig on. It was really cool.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I think it was Virtual Memory. I have no idea, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say this, Chief Alif. I did show the commercial for Rosewood before we started, and I'm gonna show it again afterwards. But unless you want me to show it like sooner, just like let me know in chat. But yeah, go on, Zoro.
You're good. Yeah, I've been like really working. Like I sent like a couple tweets. Like, if there's any vaporwave artists that make original lyrics that I'm missing out, let me know. And so I've been working to contact all of them. And Nano Shine's one that I unfortunately didn't know a lot about, but I've started learning. It's fantastic. Everything I've heard is absolutely fantastic, and so they're definitely on my list for the vapor pop, as well as Runners Club 95. Yeah,
Runners Club 95, another one of my like first favorites in the genre. I definitely fell in love with Panama Papers.
Oh yeah,
so deeply.
I heard that. I remember. I have like a weird experience. I heard that album for the first time on a trip to Florida, and I'm so happy I did. It was the perfect vibe for it. That was my first time hearing it. I'm like, okay, this is absolutely amazing. Like I knew from first listen. I had like a lot of weird albums I listened to in Florida that like feel Florida but aren't.
I think I remember when you went on that trip to Florida. I think we were in that group chat at that time.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, we should meet up. But then you're like North Florida.
Yeah, unfortunate. I did document that whole trip because I think the week before that trip was when my Rainforest came out. And so I was like juggling having that and promoting it at the same time, which was really interesting. But I remember listening to a lot of like really great road music, like vaporwave and listening to road, and so it's just perfect.
I have to admit,
I can still get the first track of Panama Papers stuck in my head. Like
yeah,
it forever.
Amazing.
When it's in your head, it'll never leave.
Yeah, I used to listen to that while going to work. And, no, I used to listen to Post School Sadness while driving to work. And just being like, I feel stressed about that. Like, yeah.
Thank you, Nothing, for following me back on Twitter. Yay! I'm adding that to my collection of cool Vaporwave followers. Thank you. I made a tweet about that in my cool followers. Thank you. I have like a weird relationship, like not relationship, but like, you know, with Runners Club 95, because they technically they were on Rainforest, but as a feature, because Donowens, as always, have a track for every situation, which is like a joke I have, because they have something for every theme I've done, which is nuts because they're awesome. And so they sent over a remix of Delete Time by Runners Club. And so I'm like, oh, this is awesome. As long as you get Blessings to Runners Club, then we can have it. And so I didn't have direct contact with Runners Club, but they were on the compilation. But
That's
it's also
awesome.
weird because they don't follow me despite they're on one of my works.
They have
But Power
followed
PCME
me.
does, which is weird because I've never talked with Power PCME, but they do follow me, which I find extremely odd, and I always like lol with that.
I watched a few movies with Power PCME. He's a bro.
Yeah, I've heard wonderful things,
Yeah,
but unfortunately,
it's cool.
by the time they left the scene or they stopped making music, unfortunately, by the time I just got into them, so
It's very
sucks.
unfortunate.
I also stand Donnerlands. I know they have something crazy always in the works, and you never know what to expect, which is the fun of Donnerlands. But I figure for the rest of like my compilation career, they're always gonna have something that'll fit whatever I'm looking for. Like when the airport idea, they said I have something for this. The Vapor Pop, they said they had something for this, and of course, you already know that's gonna happen. You already know Donnerland's gonna be on that, but.
I had the pleasure of meeting one half of Donnerlands at Econ 1, not knowing who the fuck he was, but I have a picture with him.
That is awesome. They're such nice British chaps.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just kind of. They're very attractive. Sorry, Nathan. They just are. They're very good looking.
That's wholesome. I think when we were in the podcast, Second Sight made a proposition to fly over there and make music with them directly. And I think they accepted the proposition. I don't know. I can't remember. That's just how Second Sight is. It's just it's fun with it, but they're just super talented, and so I feel like the joke will be they'll always have a track. They'll fit exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Which having Donnerlands on every compilation is not a bad thing. I'll tell you that.
And their sets are very incredible. Like I enjoy watching their live sets. They're.
In real, can't blame you for that.
Well, I think you're the most attractive man in the world and universe, so I just wanted to say that. So what do you think about like vaporwave moving on, like moving forward? What do you think will happen to the genre? What are your thoughts?
I really have absolutely no clue. That's the fun of it. I can wake up tomorrow and like this massive news can be announced and it can shake up the whole scene. But I can also wake up tomorrow and it can just be a normal day and absolutely nothing happens. And so like, who knows? Is there a chance that we'll blow up again like we did at the start and it'll all be good? Yeah. But is there also a chance that won't happen? Yeah. It's just you never know what's going to happen. But I expect the genre not to die. I really think a lot of genres that are like, oh, Signal Wave is dead meme. That's not happening. I don't think there's going to be any dead genres. At least for the foreseeable future. I hope some of the were dead genres come back, like, you know, Ocean Grunge and Witch House. I really would like to see that in the future. Shout out to Vapor Kitty because they're like the one Ocean Grunge artist out there recently.
Yeah, Vapor Kitty.
I can't wait for the next thing they do. I don't know when it'll be because I know they're super busy, but everything they do is extremely talented. I think I had a set on with them before them once. Yeah, they performed at Jake's thing. I might get my memory wrong with some other live show, but they performed at Jake's thing, and I was right after her. And her set was just like, it was actually just Desert Bus gameplay. Just the Desert Bus game where, like, you know, it's like 100 hours to beat and you're just driving. And it fits so well, even though it shouldn't. Because it's like drone-ish, like ocean grunge type stuff.
Well,
it was really interesting.
We have a few more minutes left. I'm gonna get this giveaway done.
Oh yeah, y'all should probably type 1 in chat. Is it 1? Yeah, it's 1.
If you want this,
it's a free, not free, it's a giveaway.
Airship theme, equip R23X. Type in 1 right now. Okay. It's right here. You just have to type in 1. Yeah, and I'll send it to you. You don't have to worry about shipment. I will pay for the shipping and everything.
I want to see some 1 spams. I really want to see some 1 spams.
Even if you don't.
Do you know how rare? You know how rare this one is. Even if you don't like R23X, you know how like absolutely crazy this thing is to own.
Exactly.
It's nuts. Yeah, Witch House, I feel like will make a comeback in the far future with like some new artists. You never know, someone can always pop up. A Witch House label would be kind of crazy. I could see that happening, like an ocean type label with ocean grunge. That could happen. I just have all these crazy ideas I just can't do.
The shipping to Singapore? How much is the shipping to Singapore?
From what I know, from my small label experience, it's not very fun, unfortunately. It's like 20, 30 sometimes. I agree with Unreal. Just type 1, you dumbass.
Yeah, do it. If it's like $20 or 30, like I'll do it. I swear.
Should I get people in here? Like, should I like make another tweet and like, hey, come type 1 this chat. I don't even need to know who you are. Yeah. I'll do that actually. Right now. That's the plan. I haven't opened Twitter like this whole time, and I have like 70 notifications. Oh no. Oh no, notifications.
You can have it. Just type 1.
Be careful of straight getting that pizza.
Oh hell yeah! I love pizza.
It's right now literally a 50-50 chance.
I mean.
That's.
Wait, so you're asking people, do you want to be in it or not? Because I put you in. I just already have it, so I want to give someone else a chance. Oh,
alright. Should I make a tweet or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, let's see if this brings in more people. I don't want to add R23X because I don't know them well enough. I could just add them like that. It's scary. I already have it, so
oh, it's fine. I totally understand.
As much as I want,
stay out.
I'm not using my extraordinary luck. All right, I made it. I made a tweet. Let's see what happens.
Oh, you don't have a player.
Oh. I mean, to be fair, I bought vinyl before I had a player, and I actually did buy tapes before I had a player, which is kind of crazy. I think the first tapes I bought were from Aqua Blanca. Because they were like the hottest thing. And they still are, but I mean. Heck yeah. Floating Island will say they'll at R23X.
Ooh, I have to keep playing music in the background.
There's actually a lot of people in here. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think Kite 80's in here. I think I see him.
Kite?
I think Kite's in here. I think he's just watching on the sideline probably during school or something. But hello.
If you are in here, type 1.
Type 1.
Type 1.
Sorry to call you out by name like that. I don't want to, but you can. Also, hi. It's good to see you around. It's been a while since we chatted, but
you're a cool person.
You're cool.
I met you at Econ 1. You're really cool.
I can't wait for the day I actually go to an event and meet these people. Like, these people I talk to online is mysterious. Like, no, I know these people. I want to meet them. I can't wait for whatever live event comes after all this to finally meet all y'all. It doesn't even have to be like a 100% electronica event. It'll be like my Pet Flamingo live, like real show or something. Like,
Yeah.
if I could perform a set at like an actual show, I would. But that's just like no way.
I'm just gonna give like 5 seconds. Okay.
I'm waiting for that tweet to blow up.
Type
Gotta
1 diabetes. Honestly, like, IRL
Type
shows are so fucking cool when you get to meet people. It's a very great experience, and Econ is what's so great about what George Clinton did with Econ. He basically is like a Warped Tour type thing with Vaporwave, and not only were you able to experience these people you heard of online and they never really do live events, not only that, but you got to meet them. They were just like in the crowd themselves, and like, you know, and also the greatest thing is just like hanging out with your friends and people who like Vaporwave, because it is a very niche like community. It's just so great.
Yeah.
It is so great.
I mean, if it wasn't like a super big event, I could totally see one happening still during the pandemic, sort of safely. I could see it, but like, I don't know if anyone would be willing to make it happen.
I guess
But
I don't know. I don't want to prolong. I mean, I said I was gonna do this giveaway here and now, so I don't care anymore.
I really hope Be Careful wins this, and we'll get in 2 in a row, or if it's not 2 in a row. But no offense in Rail, but like, just the fact that you can just show up and be my friend wins you a free vinyl is just, I mean,
That's true.
the advantages of having me a friend. That's the only one. I'm kidding.
Okay, so here we shuffle.
I tried. My tweet didn't do anything.
Alright, it's a 50-50 chance!
The 50-50 giveaway. Someone's about to be really happy and someone's about to be really
Be
mad.
careful, media! Woo!
Let's go, Be Careful.
Yeah!
You won the 50-50.
Be careful,
Rail is
you
not as
win
mad.
the Airshift Beam R23X Equip collab. Look at you. It wasn't N-Rail this time.
He's popping off right now. I bet you that.
Hell yeah! Woo!
And Rail's not even mad. He's just the muffin.
Be careful,
That's
I'm gonna
great.
make a tweet about it.
Pizza time. Bro, y'all gotta type 1.
No, we don't gotta
No,
type 1
he's-
anymore.
The stream's still catching up. I'm waiting for the react. Rigged. No. Giving me 50-50 on free pizza. Should have just gave it away real quick. So there's the promo. Congrats, Be Careful.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hope
gonna
you enjoy
need
the
you
pizza.
to send me your address and name, and I'll delete it afterwards. I just have to send it to you.
This is the luckiest I've been in my life, he says. I don't know about that, but
Hell
out
yeah.
of so many people, I know, it was just such a...
Well, I'm glad because, you know, Be Careful. And this is why I didn't really make such a big deal. Like I said to you before, Zoro, I just wanted it to be like people who I care about to be participating anyways. I will do a bigger giveaway where I announce it, but this one I just wanted it to be people who like support me all the time. Cause it's like my own item. I don't know.
The homies.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
awesome.
Congrats, Be Careful again.
Uh,
The only other thing I've won is an award for cooking minute rice the fastest. That's...
oh.
I mean, wait a second, if it's minute rice... Hold on, that like just clicked with me. That's interesting. You gotta get my luck, see? Because I'm here and I'm like the winner of all giveaways ever.
Hell yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm messing around, but
Give me your email and number and address and social security.
yeah, so I can send you the za. The za.
Okay, well, yeah, we're at the end of this. We're 5 minutes over time. Do you want to, promote anything else? Like, again, repeat yourself.
I mean, I always could. If you follow me on Twitter, you're cool. That's a proven fact by me and everything else. But I would appreciate it. I also appreciate everyone who came out to show up and say hi. I know it's like super late for a lot of other time zones. So you can follow my label on Bandcamp and otherwise reach it. I would appreciate it. Look out for some of my new stuff. March is going to be the busiest month of my music career ever. Not even joking. I'm going to have some of the biggest works I've ever seen. So put on your notifications if you want to see what's going to happen, because you won't believe it. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I won't spoil it, but
yeah, I can't fucking wait. And I can't wait till the Halloween special because I love Halloween. I'm gonna promote my stuff.
please do.
My next podcast is gonna be with Pacific Plaza. Be there, be square.
Mr. Alex himself.
Mr. Alex himself. And shout out to everyone who has stayed here. Shout out to Be Careful Media for winning the giveaway. And shout out to Zoroarkfilms for being so fucking awesome. And love you.
Well, thank you for being awesome and hosting the greatest podcast ever, TM.
Oh, thank you. I hope you all have a good night. I have to pee really bad. I might pee my pants.
Okay.
So love you guys. Peace out.